So what we'll be discussing now is we'll be starting a podcast. We'll be sort of doing a video about various news and developments in the paleo community, which we'll keep updating up until we release it by adding stuff to it. So it's up to date when we release it.
So
anyways, so
is there anything that we gotta talk about?
No, I mean there's just general stuff that's come out. Like, let's start this off with Michael Deek's new sort of thesis on Tyrannosaurus. Yeah.
I haven't
Yeah, so
seen that.
basically,
Okay.
feathers could be a thing again.
Yeah. Which, let's face it, I mean, yeah, I'm not surprised, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
I
a
mean,
little
I
bit of
am
context.
kind of-
Yeah.
I mean, I am kind of surprised when I found out that the whole dish thing was not hypothetical.
Yeah.
I mean,
We'll get to that.
I
We'll
wouldn't-
get
I-
to that.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if you told me that T-Rex had feathers, because I was already expecting that. Yeah.
Anyways,
This is a
so a
bit
little bit of
different.
background. So Michael Deek is a student of Bob Detrick, the good Detrick brother. The bad Detrick brother being Alan Dietrich, who is selling a baby T-Rex on eBay.
Yes.
You have to specify that.
And
Because-
also
and-
harassing a paleontologist.
Yep. So he's a
And-
horrible person.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely true.
Bob Detrick found a piece of skin a while back. I think maybe even as old as 2001.
2001.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That proves, apparently, that shows bare bird-like skin and may preserve feather follicles. So attachment points for
Yeah.
feathers.
Yeah. If you're seeing
T-Rex.
the image
Yeah.
on screen right now, that
Yes.
is the impression.
Which
We don't really know the size of the skin impression at the moment. We don't really know
it's
its real
pretty
size.
small. It's pretty small.
Yeah, it's
Um,
definitely small. Yeah, yeah. If you compare that to the leg of an ostrich, you will see how similar it is, because they also have the sorts of bumps. Those are called follicles.
Yeah. Everyone's in podcast image channel, by the way, just checking, because
Yeah.
I see.
yeah. So basically, his thesis is not just about. Just one last point: the skin was found near a cervical, which is basically a neck bone of a T-Rex, which is how we know it was from the neck. So his paper is generally about the head and facial integument, so everything from lips to scales, keratin, and the paper itself has not been released because it's just a thesis, and he said he will be revising it and before it goes to peer review, so we can expect it'll take a couple of years.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he did commission a piece of artwork.
Yeah, I saw that.
And
Yeah, by
Keenan Taylor.
the
Yeah.
Taylor. Yeah,
And
menagerie.
the illustrated menagerie. I really like the recon. I really like it. I mean, this is purely subjective, but I really like the design as well.
Yeah.
Right.
It's good.
The lips are well done.
The lips are very well done. I'm really interested in the lower jaw,
Feathers.
because in the lower jaw, the lips don't fully cover the skull, the bone.
The teeth.
Which I've been-
They don't
which I-
Yeah.
cover it at all, really.
Yeah, which is, I believe, in accordance. I'm pretty sure that is going to do with the rugosity of the bone
Yeah.
and where the foramina
Basically-
are.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot more smooth keratin than usually reconstructed. The scales are now
Yeah.
limited pretty much to the area around the lips. And the feathers. So
So basically, it has
reason-
a dish.
yes, like an owl. And the reason for that is, if you'll see on the version in the bottom left, where it's sort of the plucked version, the ears are asymmetrical.
I mean,
And that's a thing that owls have, and it's to do entirely with location of prey, auditory location of prey, and it doesn't work without a feather dish.
I thought that was an artistic thing. I didn't know
No.
that they're
Yeah,
asymmetrical.
just curious because I mean, I'm not sure about T-Rex in this head and everything, but can you really tell that from the fossil that the ears were asymmetrical? Isn't it
Yes,
just
we
something
can.
that
Yeah.
could be?
No. It's been measured. It's not. It's not soft tissue. It's got to do with the skull bones.
Yeah, but couldn't it be due to crushing, for example?
No, because it's a common thing in tyrannosaurs, I believe.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, like he's published. I'll try and share it. With something he did with the help of Curry. With the offset and all of that of the ears, and it's fairly consistent as well. Like if you look at this offset to skull length ratio, just a second, I'll share it. Here we go. So if you look at the ratio on the right, it's fairly consistent. Obviously there is variation, but still.
Okay.
So yeah, no, I
very,
mean,
very interesting.
yeah. So whilst I expected the feathers and the skull is pretty is in line with what we already know, the feather dish is quite a surprise, and I like how he's argued for it. Obviously, we need to see
So-
the actual paper itself.
Yeah. So if this is like accepted, then would this also apply to other tyrannosaurids, Tarbosaurus,
I mean,
Albertosaurus?
I think by extension it would be possible. Yes, I believe
but
like the
like-
simplest one because, yeah, you were
Yeah,
saying.
but like if like basically you mentioned the thing about the ears in Tyrannosaurus.
If it's
Is it the same?
consistent, see, that's what I seem to get from the other one. Because the
So
ratio
it's-
looks pretty similar with Gorgosaurus, Daspletosaurus, Tarbosaurus, Tyrannosaurus. So I wouldn't be surprised if, in the long run, it turns out to be something consistent.
Yeah.
And to me,
So
it
basically-
makes, yeah.
So basically feathered Tyrannosaurs can be a thing again.
Yes, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but like,
So
the
basically
asymmetrical
Saurian needs an
ears-
update.
Oh
Again.
my
Sorry?
God.
yeah.
The asymmetrical ears,
Yeah.
they linked the feather in like the possibility of feathers, the high
Yes, they do.
the high chance of feathers, and the asymmetrical ears, and they made this
Yep.
this disc. Though you can't really be sure if they're like
You can't be sure of a disc, but what he's arguing is that there's been a study that's shown that if you have an owl's head without the feathers, it just wouldn't work. You need the dish.
yeah.
So it's obviously a hypothesis. Like, well, no, it's a theory based on evidence. So it's a theory more than just a hypothesis. But yeah, obviously it's not proof that the disc did exist, but it's a strong suggestion, and we'll know more once it goes into peer review, of course.
And we're absolutely sure that the asymmetrical ears are
Are a
really like linking to adaptation.
Well, look, thing is, because it hasn't been published yet, other people haven't obviously been able to comment, but his argument is that it resembles owls, and therefore it's a unique adaptation. We'll need to wait for the paper to get a second opinion on that.
Yeah.
Right now, it's just what Deke says.
Interesting.
yeah.
It could be a really, really, really big find if that
Oh, yeah.
actually links.
You might wanna speak up. Your voice is really low.
Oh, oof.
Okay, that's better.
Does that work better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very little.
Like if that's a thing, that means Tyrannosaurs could be like reworked completely, and everybody's conception of them.
Well, I mean, that has happened, what, 3 times in the past decade?
Yeah.
To be honest, it's
finally
more
think
than
we
like
know
3.
something.
Yeah.
T-Rex was
Don't
definitely feathered. Wait, hang on, no, it had scales. Hang
Wait,
on!
Wait, no.
Feathers again.
It's his feathers.
It's like
Yeah,
got and
no.
conquer Venator over and over again.
Yeah,
Oh my
the
God.
back
Yeah.
and forth. So yeah, and I think another thing you'll notice, I mean, it's not that clear, is just a second, I'll post a sort of closer picture at the bottom of the throat, because I think that's to compensate for the
Yeah,
fact
yeah.
that there are scales. It's much sparser to show that like there was naked skin there.
Uh, if it says it kind of looks just like feathers to me, but
I know. It's just eyeballing it. It's still
So
feathered,
you mean,
yeah, but
so
it
you
looks
mean that there weren't there's a theory that there isn't scales on the like the
well. You see,
on the part of the neck.
the thing is, we don't have like actual skin. What we have pretty much is the imprint of the skin that it made on the ground where it died. It's not. We can't analyze like the DNA. We can't analyze the makeup. So essentially, all we have are imprints of the skin.
Yeah, yeah.
So it could be scales, but whatever the case, it's very likely that these scales are like bird scales, because like the majority of dinosaurs as it currently stands, they used to have feathers and lost feathers, and that these scales are bird scales, so basically adapted feathers.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So that means that, you know, perhaps you had feathers mixed in with these feather scales. So we don't know. Thomas Holtz published a poster at SVP arguing that perhaps it's not actually scales and it's more keratinized skin, like on elephants, for instance, with like wrinkles and stuff. So it's still all up in the air. This is pretty much just a teaser of the stuff that's to come.
Yeah.
Yeah. What we have got in another paper is Ambopteryx.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Moving on
Which
to the other
is
news.
this
Which
one
is
is a proper
like-
paper.
This is a nail. This is like the final nail in the coffin, sort of thing. Well,
Yeah,
the only
for-
one, the only and final.
Yeah. So basically, what Ambopteryx proves is something that was suggested about 4 years ago with the discovery of Ichi.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was basically a dinosaur that had a large bone, an extra bone, a styliform bone, which is not an already existing part of the wing, along with patches of skin that suggested it had a large membrane, almost like a bat wing. And now we've got
Basically-
Yeah.
So basically, it's a prehistoric dragon.
Yes. Now, obviously, people were hesitant because the preservation quality of the membrane and the bone, it wasn't perfect. We didn't know how the bone would orient and all that. And then Ambopteryx came along, which is just absolutely awesome. It's slightly smaller than Ichi, but it proves that it had the styliform bone, that it was a common thing in the family, known as Scansoriopterygids. And yeah, it's possible that at least these two, and if not all of them, had this adaptation.
Oh, it's kind of weird only these two, but I mean it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible, but it's also likely because there's only there's two other animals we know from Scansoriopterygidae, Epidexipteryx and Ichi. Epidexipteryx, it's not well preserved enough. Like, we're missing the a lot of the arms on Epidexipteryx, so we can't rule that one out. But we have two specimens of Scansoriopteryx, which do preserve the arms, and we don't have a membrane preserved, and we also don't have the extra bone preserved.
So
now
we
it's
can't
possible.
really say.
Yes, but it's possible that this was just because it just didn't fossilize. It just happened to not fossilize, and actually they all had it. So it's still pretty up in the air. But what we do know is that Ichi and now Ambopteryx had this ability. So that's completely new way of flight for dinosaurs.
Really cool. Really
Yeah.
cool.
Oh yeah. And we've also got Mystriasuchus that was discovered and announced last night. Basically, Mystriasuchus is an already known genus. It's nothing new.
Basically, we already had 2 species of it, Mystriasuchus planirostris and Mystriasuchus westphali, which were discovered in the 1800s, I think, at least the first one. And sometime around 1982 or something, he basically dug up another one, which did originally refer to the type species,
Yep.
and basically stashed away in Vienna. As we found it in the Dead Mountains in Austria, so it's already a big plus for me personally. And basically stashed it away in Vienna until they recently published a paper, and basically
It's at least 4 individuals.
yeah,
So that
yeah, sorry, for basically
for
with
this.
great skull material also. So
Yep.
wait, I'm gonna link the picture. Yeah, basically just really nicely preserved skull and everything, even if it looks
Yeah.
kind of derpy. And basically they did they now consider it to be its own species. Mystriasuchus, what was it? Steinbergeri, I think.
No, Eberhardi, isn't it?
No, Steinbergeri.
Steinberger. Okay, yes.
Yeah, after the guy who
Yeah.
I think the guy found the first fossils of it in the mountains. Some other along those lines, basically, and it's basically a new species of this genus of marine phytosaur.
Well, no, and it's also final confirmation that they were indeed marine, I believe. I don't think the other. I mean, it's suspected that the other ones were marine, but this one sort of confirms it because they're just far out to sea.
Yeah.
And they were grouped together, so this was actual seagoing phytosaurs. So a little bit about phytosaurs. They're basically convergent with crocodiles. They're distantly related to crocodiles.
It's kind of fluent how they're related to Pseudosuchia and Ornithodira.
Yeah.
Kind of switches from time to time, so
yeah, but whatever they are,
somewhere around the base mostly.
Yeah, whatever they are, they're definitely not crocodiles.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
But they did live a lot like crocodiles. A lot of them were like semi-aquatic, like crocodiles. Some of them got pretty big, like I think 10 meters perhaps is one of them.
Yeah,
although this one is sketchy. I believe.
I think these ones were pretty small.
Yeah, these one 4 meters. So nothing to laugh at, but
compared to the large species, it's.
Oh yeah.
So what else piece of news do we have left?
Well, we have the big one.
Oh,
Jon
yes.
Favreau.
Oh
yeah.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Okay. So last night, all of this, Ambopteryx, the T-Rex, the Mystriasuchus, and what we're about to discuss now all happened yesterday.
Yes.
We're recording this on March 9th.
This is the ultimate news. These
Hell yeah.
3 things, these four things happened in one same night. Like this
on David Attenborough's birthday. So let's just say that as well.
Yeah.
What are the gods?
The 5 things, and this is something that we have been waiting ages for. The last time something of this level happened was all the way back in 2011.
Yep. So what this is?
It's been quite the time.
Apple are launching a streaming service, Apple Plus, I believe.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah. And they've hired a BBC Natural History unit who are teaming up with Jon Favreau, who has done The Jungle Book and The Lion King, to create a new dinosaur documentary for them.
Hell yes.
Yes. It's called Prehistoric Planet, which is the name of a documentary which is really just a kid's version of Walking with Dinosaurs.
Yeah.
We don't talk about
that.
But
we ignore that. We ignore that. This is going to be this is going to be the Prehistoric Planet.
The only prehistoric planet as far as I'm concerned.
I have to say this planet the words like planet and prehistoric are honestly a bit too like
Well, no,
common in the name
well,
of
the whole
dinosaur.
point is that the BBC have rebranded themselves. They're creating a planet franchise with. It's called like BBC. The BBC Planet is Frozen Planet, Planet Earth, Blue Planet, One Planet.
Oh,
Yeah,
fair.
it's a franchise. They've basically ever since they announced it earlier this year, I believe in February. They're launching a new natural history initiative, so this might connect. So yeah, so we don't know. What we do know is it is going to be set 66 million years ago.
Oh.
Yeah, I know that's a bit of
It's a bit of a
Common
bummer,
thing.
really, because
yes,
we all know
Damn.
how it's gonna end.
yeah, it's gonna
Well,
feature the
not really. I mean, this is kind of
look,
BBC.
and they are saying it's a series. It's not just one episode or anything. It's going to be a series.
And
So,
we'll confirm that only one of the episodes will be 66
Well,
million
no.
years ago.
No. It's all 60. Basically, the whole show is going to
damn
be
it.
about life on Earth 66 million years ago.
Damn.
But it could be amazing if there's finally a documentary that explores the world before the extinction. Like, not just Hell Creek, but also the Lametta Formation in India, where you have like 5 different
Well, I
species
hope.
of a bellisaurid. You have the Bauru group in South America, where you have giant quadrupedal crocodiles competing with dinosaurs. You have the phosphates of Morocco, where you have like all of these a haven for pterosaurs and also a giant abelisaur and mosasaurs, and it's really and Hatzeg Island as well.
Hopefully
island
this
full of
time a bit more
dwarf.
expanded than either of its two previous depictions in Planet Dinosaur and Dinosaur Planet. Because those are pretty lackluster, to be honest.
I'm
Yeah.
fine with like everything that is not Hell Creek.
Yeah,
I mean,
Hell Creek is
I'll
over.
be super. It's going to be good. It's just
Yeah.
Hell Creek is just overrated.
At the very
let's
least,
say.
look,
Yeah, Elk Creek is basically like the prehistoric equivalent of today's African savanna. You know, like
Yeah.
basically most of the documentaries focus, most of
Yeah.
those that you see are mostly based
Yeah.
focusing on lions and all the old African,
or like the Amazon rainforest for South America.
yeah, all that. But
Yeah.
this I doubted that this one will only focus on
Yeah.
the Hell Creek.
I
highly
Even
doubt-
if it
I
does,
really,
even if
really
it does,
hope.
though, it should still have something amazing about it. I mean, it's Jon Favreau, okay, whom I really like. He
Yes.
I haven't done documentaries, but I really like his work. It's got Tim Walker attached, who's done one episode of Ice Age Giants, and who's worked on Dino
yes.
Gangs and Woolly Mammoth documentary as well. So he's done good documentaries.
Man,
And the
I'm
visual
excited to see.
effects are by Andrew R. Jones, who I believe who's worked on stuff like The Lion King and The Jungle Book with Favreau. And both of those movies were done with visual effects by the Moving Picture Company. So I wonder if they're actually going to get them to do the visual effects. And whilst,
Yeah.
you may think that, oh, okay, they're getting a big Hollywood studio, but it's not the first time Moving Picture have done a documentary, because they did the absolutely amazing CGI for Truth About Killer Dinosaurs.
Oh yes, Truth About Killer Dinosaurs is a documentary that has like some of the
Yeah.
best CGI ever, because the dinosaurs in it are so beautifully reconstructed that they literally look like they are there, moving in that environment, like
Yeah.
as if it's literally mass occupying space affected by the laws of physics.
Yeah, it's really incredible. So I have lots of hope for this.
I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with the T-Rex.
Yes,
But,
that's
I have to agree. I have lots of hope for it. The Hell Creek episode, which we all know we are going to do.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it's not a question, but it's the
No,
one
it's
I'm
not a
least
question.
interested in, to be honest. There are aspects of Hell Creek that would be nice seeing once in a while, like
Do you
I
think
don't
Dakota
think
Raptor?
Soros-
Dakota
Yes,
Raptor might
Dakota
have debuted.
Raptor.
Oh yeah.
Well, maybe not Dakota Raptor with. There's a lot of
Stitching
Dakota
Raptor.
Raptor.
It's like
Raptor.
maybe
Raptor.
that's yeah. Or the Torosaurus, for example, we've
Yeah.
only seen it like in Walking with Dinosaurs, and that's it. Denversaurus.
Stygimoloch has not
Enki.
appeared in the documentary.
Yes.
Enki.
Yes.
Would-
Stitching
Well,
Raptor.
Anki's gotten a fair bit, but Anki got a really good depiction in Dinosaur Revolution. Like that was
Yeah.
so.
Surprisingly, I always thought that despite being like one of the big names, like you think Triceratops and Ankylosaurus, T-Rex, compared to Triceratops and T-Rex,
Oh,
it
yeah.
always felt like it's the one that got the least amount of attention.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
in all media, Ankylosaurus always felt like it was compared to like T-Rex being S tier in popularity, Ankylosaurus felt like one tier lower compared to
Yeah.
others.
Definitely.
Also,
yeah.
the BBC's last big dinosaur documentary, which was Planet Dinosaur, it didn't have anything in the Hell Creek, which I think may be a
Yes.
good sign for this one. I know it's
Yeah.
like years earlier.
Yes, it showed it showed
It showed
yeah
Haytag
it showed
Island.
it showed Hell Creek, it showed Hatzeg Island's perspective
Yeah,
as a sort of Maastrichtian level thing.
yeah, like they showed the extinction during that took place in, well, pretty much Hedzek Island. And
Yeah.
one thing I'm hoping that they do in this documentary is that they don't do the whole meteor showing up in space thing. That's been done way too much.
Yeah.
If they do something, I hope they do it like how Walking with Dinosaurs did, like without showing
Oh,
the
yeah, but
meteor.
Walking with
like
Dinosaurs
the
does not show the
comet just
meteor.
suddenly appears.
Yeah. Yeah.
Walking with didn't show it until like Walking with Beasts, I think.
Yeah, the opening to Walking with Beasts is the first time it was shown.
It's a nice touch. I've heard
in the
many
film.
people complain about the ending of Walking with Dinosaurs. Oh, it's so anticlimactic. But I think it's
I
kind
was sad. I cried.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna.
it's a beautiful ending. It's sad and it's hits you over with the birds and it's great scoring. It's good. But my point is, I think it would be great to see it again, like from the perspective of the dinosaurs,
Yeah.
without the whole it's from
Yes.
space. Yeah, as Rexy said, it's been done to death.
And I mean, they already did like a Hell Creek. Like they did an entire 1.5 movie, Last Day of the Dinosaurs, about the meteorite impact in Hell Creek. So
Also,
I don't
want to
see more.
Two dinosaurs we also need to see.
Yeah.
Leptoceratops and
Yes.
Anzu.
Yes.
Both of
Yeah.
those.
Yes.
What about the Hell Creek Alvarezsaurid or the Hell Creek Pteranodonted?
Oh God, no! Don't mention it. Don't mention it. Just
Says
gonna
it just
come for
appears
you.
out of nowhere. Starts shouting
God.
at us in German.
Oh my God, he's in. Oh God, he's knocking at my door, guys.
So yeah. So that's we
Also,
don't know when it will air. We don't know.
Yeah.
Look, Apple TV is going to air this autumn. It's coming out this autumn. Now,
Yeah.
it's unclear because a lot of sources say it's only just been greenlit. So it might take like a couple of years. But if it hasn't just been greenlit, then it might either have been in the works for several years and be coming out this fall or next year. So we really don't know.
I mean, it's
But-
coming, and that's the important part of it.
There's
Yes,
another
it's
thing
coming.
about its release date.
Yeah.
There's another thing about its release date. There is either another big BBC dinosaur documentary, or maybe this is the same one. We don't really know this for sure.
Yeah.
But
Basically,
in
I'll just
October, there was
Yeah.
in October there was like an unofficial announcement, and it was about a new major BBC dinosaur documentary coming in 2020. Now take this with a grain of salt. We don't really know this for sure. No one does.
Yeah.
But it is possible that it might be the same documentary, but it is also
Yes,
possible
and
that
that
it might
Apple
not
TV bought
be the
it.
same one.
Yeah, I mean, one thing arguing for it being the same thing is the fact that it's the BBC, and the fact that it's it makes more the most parsimonious, the simplest conclusion is that it's the same thing. However,
Yeah.
if this has just been greenlit, perhaps it is something separate, but I wouldn't bank on that. Like they say it's been greenlit, it could be.
I mean,
There
I
is
hope
one
it's
source
another
that I'm
one.
gonna try and crack and find a way to access, even if I need to sign up to the site with a fake account as like journalist number 17. But because there's this one site that reports Broadcast UK TV that reports on all of the latest behind the scenes broadcast works, and that's where they got the source from. And what they're saying is that Broadcast has said it's just been greenlit. So who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
So yeah,
going back to the whole meteorite crashing
Yeah.
point, if they do show the meteor in space, I hope they don't do that stupid thing where the meteor is like very slowly moving towards Earth.
oh yeah.
Like
Or every shot ever, it's just the Earth, and then suddenly, and the meteorite
Yeah.
just comes from behind.
Basically,
You have you have that interstellar sound.
Yeah.
Was it the
the
Inception?
Yeah. Yeah. So if they actually show this, I hope they actually show us what a meteor crashing into Earth would be like. Like that thing travels faster than a bullet. Like literally just right straight into Earth. Like the only documentary that I've seen do this right is the one called David Attenborough's Flying Monsters. Flying Monsters is the one, right?
Yeah. Flying Monsters 3D. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically they showed the asteroid crash and they did it perfectly. Like not just like showing the meteor like straight up just crash right into it, but they did it in a way that there's like a chorus sounds of people, like this a sort of music playing that is like really creepy, and it's like it perfectly like heralds the arrival of the meteor. And the moment the meteor crashes, there's silence. And then you see the waves take over the Earth.
Another one who did it very well was this time from the sort of ground perspective is Prehistoric Park.
Yes.
It's the only one where they actually convey the sound of the meteorite, where like Nigel has to cover his ears or go deaf because it's just going to be so loud. And then it all goes silent after the flash. It's that one that they did it very well as well.
Planet Dinosaur also kind of did it well. They had a very different way though. They also had the whole. I don't really remember if the meteor was shown crashing slowly or if it was really quick.
No, what they do with the meteorite, what I didn't like there is that they have the meteorite slowly fade in, and then it disappears from sight, and then there's just a flash.
Yeah, I remember now.
It.
That was
it
also
disappears
very
from
good.
sight.
Yeah. So basically, these 4 documentaries are the only ones that did it right. That did it in a good way. That hasn't.
Last Day of the Dinosaurs could arguably say to have done it right because they were going for something completely different. Because they do it like they really analyze the impact.
Yeah, I'm yet to see that one.
They took like an almost forensic approach by like showing it from different angles, by analyzing the shockwave, the blast, all of that. So they took a very different approach to it. But the thing is, we've gotten so many different ways of showing it. I don't want to see it again.
Yeah.
Because we had Dinosaur Revolution do a whole Hell Creek after the meteorite hits.
Theirs was really it was really boring. It was all like
theirs was boring.
5 years ago, and then they show the meteorite, and then we skip to Earth. There's all the there's the dinosaur drama going on, and then 5 years later, and then they show the meteor again, very close to Earth this time. And it's like moving at Death Star speed, and it's really boring.
Yeah.
It's been done before
they did it
a million times.
Yeah. Okay, someone else who did this is just completely off topic, but the meteor impact, which I assume is not supposed to be the same meteor, from Disney's Dinosaur is very interesting.
Yeah, that
good
was
point. Good point.
That one doesn't have a build up. They're just like looking out. They're just looking out to sea, and suddenly all of the meteorites start coming down. It's out of nowhere.
yeah.
Like there's no shot of it in space. They're just sitting out, and suddenly the sky starts lighting up.
Yeah, they're
So-
the bit after the whole crash was also really good. Like when they fall into the water and then they're like floating around there, and Elada finds himself on a shore,
Yeah.
gravelly shore. That was also very well done. Like it's not just the crashing of the meteor you have to do good. If you're going to show the events that take place afterwards, you need to do them right as well.
Yeah. Yes. So they did it well. So
Yeah. So I guess this is pretty much all of the news.
yeah, I mean we've also got Suski Tyrannus, but I believe
Yes.
by the time this episode airs, we'll already have talked about it in a more in-depth episode because there's a lot to say for that one.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it for now. And hopefully we'll have some more updates at the end of this video because that's always more fun. And well, see you in the next one or when this video is updated.
Yes.
Bye.
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 So the date is May 29th, and we are recording the second part of our Paleo News update video. And we've actually gone quite a bit since our last recording, which was, I believe, 20 days ago.
Something
Which is
like
not
that.
bad.
Yeah, I think.
Ooh,
Yeah.
damn.
And a lot of documentary news as well. So starting this one off, we'll go with a big one, which is that the NHK may have just announced a new documentary that will be coming out July. I say may because the site is in Japanese and we don't know anyone who speaks Japanese. So yeah, we're guessing a bit here. But it says something is coming, which will air twice in July, so almost definitely a documentary. So it seems to be about dinosaurs. The name appears to be Dinosaur Superworld. And NHK documentaries, especially in the past recent years, so like the past 5 years or so, have some amazing CGI. It's, in my opinion, the best CGI in documentaries at the moment, like ever, actually. I think Truth About Killer Dinosaurs comes close in the first episode, but it's really insane quality. Unfortunately, the problem is their accuracy is usually absolutely terrible. They have their T-Rexes all look like Jurassic Park T-Rexes, and they have scaly Troodon.
No. Yeah. Big no.
But they have released the Troodon from the upcoming documentary, and I will share the picture here. Here we go. There we go.
Well, feathers.
I
at
like
least.
that. I like that. That's it. That looks good.
That looks very good. The CGI quality and the feathering.
Yeah.
It reminds me of something, but I can't put my finger on it.
I don't know. It looks really good. Like I love the design. Just the coloring.
Yes.
Just look. Yeah, I like that.
It looks like a Giulio Lacerda piece for me. His artwork of Dromaeosaurus.
Yeah,
Oh.
kinda.
I like that. Damn.
The accuracy is still not quite there yet. Like they've kind of messed up the wing, as in it doesn't have primaries, namely the wing feathers that would attach to the hand.
Yeah.
But I mean, considering the previous one was scaly, this is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, amazing improvement. I
It's
mean,
definitely an upgrade, I guess.
Yes, and I mean the quality of the feathers, it's beautiful.
Yeah, exactly. Damn.
And before you start feeling a bit too comfortable,
No.
NHK documentaries, like I said, are almost always a mixed bag. Like they'll have amazing CGI and then make ridiculous choices with either the story or the accuracy. And they brought out their Pachyrhinosaurus from the upcoming documentary.
I remember now. Oh dear God, this is. It's Elasmotherium. Let's be real. It's Elasmotherium, but the dinosaur.
Yep.
Why? No. Is it feathered? Is it
No,
feathered?
it's not feathered. It's not
No,
feathered.
it doesn't look that way. It doesn't have
Well, I
quills,
mean-
from what I can
Okay,
tell.
good. Because I was going to say no.
I mean, just compare this to like a real Pachyrhinosaurus. The horn is the biggie, and the horn.
Yeah.
I mean, just look.
Yeah,
Basically,
Wasn't there like some theories about that?
Yes,
Well, not just
the
theories.
the science behind it. So, like, I think early 2000s or something, maybe even 90s, there was this big theory at the time that maybe it actually because what we have on the skull is this bump of bone,
Yeah.
and what they were theorizing, or hypothesizing rather, was that the bump was actually an attachment point for a large horn made of keratin, which doesn't
basically
fossilize.
just rhinoceros, but dinosaurs.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
exactly
wouldn't
that.
it be
you
in
know,
in that
unlike
shape?
Unlike all horned dinosaurs, basically they were saying that for this particular genus, it would have had a keratin horn. This was disproven. It has been disproven. The bump just does not have the support for the keratin. It doesn't resemble rhinoceros horns in actual detail, like the structure. That still didn't stop it from becoming horned in Jurassic Fight Club. And even then, the Jurassic Fight Club horn is just much, much better than this one. Because Jurassic Fight Club,
Just for comparison, the rhinoceros skull.
Yeah. So that's quite different.
It's much more.
And
Yeah. Whoa.
we've
Actually, a
got
lot
Jurassic Fight Club. So Jurassic Fight Club did a horn as well. Theirs is much better though.
Well, yeah,
mean-
like in terms of Ceratopsian look, the other one I would
Yeah.
say, but just the horn on this one is.
The horn, I mean, it's conservative, it's decent, it's still
It's far less
inaccurate,
exaggerated.
but I mean, yeah.
I mean, it just doesn't make sense that Ceratopsians would evolve these special nasal horns, and for some reason, just Pachyrhinosaurus
me
would
of
just
this.
evolve it like a rhino instead. All of
Yeah.
a sudden, when all
Yeah.
other Kentrosaurians with horns have just the basic standard horn.
It reminds me of this.
Oh. You. No offense to the artist. Sorry, that came off really offensive. Let me take that back. That's just for the I said that just for the accuracy part. Also, that appears to be the same animal as the Jurassic Fight Club Pachyrhinosaurus, where the model is not actually a Pachyrhinosaurus. It's actually they chose an Achelosaurus skull.
Hmm.
How much do we have of Pachyrhinosaurus tail? Because that seems awfully short.
Well, actually, I'm gonna assume because the horns are not those of Pachyrhinosaurus, they're those of Achelosaurus. Just a second, I'll share Achelosaurus. One sec. So, yeah, we'll get more into this in another podcast because there's just so much to discuss, but those two upwards horns are a sign that this is not Pachyrhinosaurus and it's Achelosaurus, which was sort of the ancestor to Pachyrhinosaurus. And so both Jurassic Fight Club and this artwork seem to have taken an Achelosaurus skull. But yeah, that does seem like quite a short tail, especially considering how the quills seem quite long as well.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's not delve. I mean,
the Pachyrhinosaurus skull, the horns on the head
oh yeah,
aren't like
they're
that.
completely off. Yeah. Anyways, we've got so much to talk about Pachyrhinosaurus. That is another video right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Then Rex is around.
With Walking with Dinosaurs 3D and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, which we have to mention.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll wait for Rexy because that's his favorite video. Oh yeah, just today I'm just with Yo-Yo and Armin. They're the only ones who could make it.
Yes.
The
The important ones. Just kidding.
important one. Yeah. No.
Just
anyways,
joking.
overall, the NHC documentary, the visual effects seem very good. They do have pronated hands. It does have errors, so it's gonna be a mixed bag. But I am looking forward to it a lot, and it comes out this July. So just to wrap it up.
That seems pretty soon. So looking forward to that.
Well, yeah, but we've got a documentary that's coming out even sooner, which is When Whales Walked. It's by PBS and the Smithsonian, and it looks interesting. It's about the evolution of these 4 different groups: birds, whales, crocodiles, and elephants. It's got a lot of CGI. I'm willing to bet right now that the CGI is going to be done by Jellyfish Pictures. I'm betting on it now. I will be proven when it airs in June.
Oh, in June.
Which
is like
very soon.
Yeah, they just announced it.
Not June though, because like June is in like 2 months. 2 days, like 2 days.
June.
In 2 months.
June
Yes.
19th.
2 months.
June 19th.
Actually, it will be.
So-
It will be already June as soon as this episode airs. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Happy New Month. Actually. Happy New Month, y'all.
June.
Happy New Month.
And yeah, as of when so June 19th. So as of when this video is airing, that is in 18 days. So damn.
Get hyped!
Yeah.
I'm already hyped. I mean, we are going to get
yeah.
Paleo Tsuzukians, and that's
We've
going
got
to be awesome.
Yeah, we've got Paleo Tsuzukians. We've got no Tsuzukian as well. It would seem like Arari Pasukas or something.
Yeah.
I mean, the poster looks good, but we don't, because the poster can look much better than the actual documentary
well,
itself.
we've got the trailer. I'll link the trailer in the description below.
Oh.
Oh, you haven't seen it already?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I've seen it.
No.
Oh my god.
No.
Jojo being our person that doesn't watch that many documentaries. We have to fix that.
Yeah. Knock the M out of the many, and you've got it. Yeah. He doesn't get it. Get it.
I got it. It's
Many.
just not that funny.
Oh,
Wait,
wow.
you
Screw
cut
you
off.
guys.
You cut off really badly.
Sure. Okay.
No,
I have
wait.
a higher standard for my comedy.
What did I miss, dude? No. What the hell? What?
Okay.
Come on.
Armin said you don't watch many documentaries, and I said knock off the M, and it's more accurate.
Ha. A funny joke, Akira. Wow. Oh my god.
Extending it always makes it better, so.
Yeah, jokes always get funnier the longer they go on. Proven fact.
That's my sister.
We also have moving away from documentaries for 1 second. We have 2 new dinosaur genera described.
Yes.
Both from Thailand. First off is Fuwiang venator, which is a megaraptoran, and it is one of the oldest megaraptorans. Is it a little bit earlier, even I believe, than Fukuiraptor? So that would make it the first megaraptoran, so the earliest one, and the most basal, so like the first one in the evolutionary line. So it pretty much solidifies the theory, because now the 2 earliest megaraptorans are from Asia, that megaraptorans evolved in Asia. It
Can
provides
you link
further
what
support.
was found of it?
Yeah. Not that much, I believe. I will in just a second. I will.
Wait,
I'll also be linking the paper in the description below.
Okay.
But yeah.
And I can check for a moment.
So yeah, and the paper also argues that furthermore that it provides further support for the argument that megaraptorans are in fact coelurosaurs, to some extent. So yeah, quite interesting. And then there was also another taxon found, and described in the same paper. It was found in the same formation, so a contemporary would have coexisted, and it's Viuraptor.
Woohoo.
Quick skeletal for it. So
Yeah.
Wait.
yeah, couple of
Oh,
vertebrae.
not that much. Not that much.
A few leg bones.
It's not bad though. I mean, it's a full.
not that-
It's almost a
yeah,
full
yeah.
hand for a
It got
Megaraptor, and it's not
got a full
bad.
hand, yeah.
It could be
Yeah, yeah.
worse. It could be Thanos.
It could
Yeah.
it could be Thanos.
I mean, we have a foot. We have a foot and a hand and vertebrae as well, which is really good.
Yeah,
The
I mean
vertebrae are
that's decent.
the vertebrae are actually what I'm most excited about, because you don't really have vertebrae from basal Megaraptorans. You just have ones from like very derived ones like Aerosteon and Tratayenia. So yeah, we finally have vertebrae. It shows a more sort of ancestral, longer centra of the vertebrae. So I like that it fills in that gap. So yeah, and Armin posted here on top is the skeletal of the other Coelurosaur found. This one is not a Megaraptoran. It's just outside. It's very basal, and its name is Viuraptor. It's a bit smaller, and a bit more boring, but it shows that there were a lot of Coelurosaurs, and it's fun stuff. So yeah, we actually have quite a lot of theropods from that formation now, because we have Viuraptor, Fuyang Venator, Siamotyrannus, which is another Coelurosaur, which would have been the top predator. It would have been around 6.5 to 7 meters, whereas Fuyang Venator is just 6 meters, and Viuraptor is 4 to 4.5 meters. So all of these three are Coelurosaurs. And then you also have Siamosaurus, which is a tooth taxon. So that's a bit...
Yay!
crummy.
Spinosaurus tooth taxa. My favorite.
Yeah, we have a lot of Spinosaurid tooth taxa. So that's
How
fun.
can you name something by its tooth? Like you find the tooth and you're like, whoa, boys, we gotta name this. We gotta name this tooth.
Yeah, and we also have we also have an Ornithomimosaur as well, Cinnarimimus. So yeah, we have quite a lot, which is nice. And then we have a sauropod, Fuyangosaurus. So it's shaping up to be quite a nice formation, the one in Thailand. Anyways, that's all the paleontology.
Not now. I still have something that you've missed apparently.
Oh.
One being a new sauropod from Portugal, Oceanic Titan.
Oh yes, true. The boring. Yes, go ahead.
Posing a skeletal right now. Basically, Upper Jurassic Portugal.
Oh, that's. And of course, the anime girl.
The anime girl. Yeah, of course.
Okay. I missed that. I missed that part, to be honest.
Literally,
that's a full shoulder blade, though. That's nice, and
that's up there. Yeah, with like certain human silhouettes that shall not be named.
And a whole anime girl found? No way, bro.
Yeah, it's a Titanosaurus form.
It's a the anime girl is a tooth taxon. That's all.
Yes.
Oh well, is there anything interesting for this, or is it just another one? Just
it's a Titanosaurus form.
We've got a ton of sauropods this year.
And I'm not a huge sauropod person, so gonna be honest, I haven't looked too much into that.
Yeah, I think it's
the
just
other thing
another...
we have is a basal mosasauroid from Croatia.
Oh yes.
Wait, what's his name? Potunatasaurus. Whatever.
Something.
Yeah. New basal mouse as well.
Yeah. I'm gonna get some pictures.
Ooh.
Oh, that's
pretty well
nice.
preserved actually. So
Nice.
I just
Yeah.
see the news, but I don't remember the names, so I'm just like, ooh, a new thing I have missed. But I'm like, oh, I saw that, but oh wait.
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
apparently named after an island. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, good.
That looks pretty well preserved.
And there's also a hypothetical chart about. Okay, why is Vexy allowed to chat in the image channel?
Yeah, he's not. So he's not coming back.
Yeah. Basically, in this scenario, D is our new Mosasauroid.
Okay. Oh.
So
Oh, nice. Right. Okay.
Well,
So that's, and we also found, like, I'm sure Sassy's gonna like yell at me if I don't mention that.
what?
Okay, give me just one.
okay.
Okay.
Fair
Oh
enough.
well.
There's also been, I think, some new Dicynodons, but yeah, that Dicynodons, it's a Jurassic Dicynodon. I mean, we have dime a dozen of these things, so not as exciting as a Basal Mosasauroid.
I mean, it's always just good to just
Yeah,
show it
it's
off,
nice,
I guess.
Might as well post a picture just for completion's sake.
Yeah, I'm not really a big nerd on those, so I can't really
Bunch of-
say, oh, that's not very interesting or that's very interesting. I really don't know pretty much anything about these guys.
Named Ophutus Cyclops is the name. So
Oh yes,
just, yeah.
that thing.
Oh yes, that thing.
that thing. Good. Moving on.
Yeah.
Sorry to everyone that loves synapsids, that loves Dicynodons, and I mean they're awesome things, but
Technically, it should be Dicynodons, no?
Dicynodons, yeah.
Yes. Ha. Boom. I know
Yes,
my.
yes, Professor Carroll.
How boom.
Hope you're proud of yourself.
Boom. Okay.
So, anything else?
Yes, we do. We have a big one.
Oh boy.
So, we finally got ourselves a release date for the upcoming IMAX documentary, Dinosaurs of Antarctica,
Yes.
which is a tie-in with the Field Museum's Antarctic Dinosaurs exhibit. The one that has the gorgeous Dilophosaurid Cryolophosaurus.
Ah yeah.
So
Ooh.
we can look forward to that.
Wait, I haven't seen that one.
Have you not?
Yeah.
Wow.
You have a lot of catching up to do, it seems.
Well,
Yeah, so this
look, I've never
documentary-
been to a dinosaur museum. We don't have those in Bulgaria. You can't just judge me like that.
You know the
my life
internet
is
though,
sad.
so
Anyways, so this is coming out February of 2020. So it will be the first of 2020's dinosaur documentaries, and hopefully there will be more. Like we said, there's also the BBC one that's rumored for then. But that's another story. That's not news, that's rumors.
Ooh. Gossips.
Yes.
it's
But,
something the little birds told you.
Yes, the little avians. But yeah, so this is a part of what was it, an initiative they called it or something? A Dinosaurs of Antarctica project, which will span the exhibit, obviously, that's touring. I believe it was at the Field Museum, now moved to another museum. We've got the IMAX film. We're going to have a 3-episode TV series about Dinosaurs of Antarctica, perhaps.
That's good to see them get
We're
some
even
fame.
we're having a comic book for kids about Antarctic dinosaurs. Again, tied in with
Finally,
this exhibit.
attention to
Yeah.
those.
Attention to Cryolophosaurus.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the other ones, yeah. Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to this. We're going to be getting... I mean, if we go off of the exhibit, it's fair to assume we're getting the Cryolophosaurus, Glacialosaurus, the new sauropodomorph that is known from like a bunch of juvenile skeletons, which has yet to be described. Hopefully we'll be seeing that as well.
Maybe
They've
it will
got,
be described in the meantime.
Yes, fingers crossed. We've also got an amphibian. I can't remember. I don't think it's Kulasukas, the famous one. I think it's the Jurassic one, but there's quite a few of those. So we've
Not
got
the
quite
famous one, the dumb one, you know.
the one that has yet to appear in media and will be making its much needed debut.
Temnos bundles are underrated.
Yeah, Temnos bundles. So yeah,
Is that
that's
it?
pretty much. Yeah, I think that's pretty much the news. We've covered the 3 documentary announcements. Hopefully there'll be
Not
more.
so much though. Like this year, like goddamn, so much
We
happened.
may pass 2010 for number of dinosaur species genera. Because
Well,
2010
let's hope.
2010 had 2010 had 64 dinosaur genera named.
64.
We say
That's
that in the
more-
next 8 months it's just gonna be nothing.
Oh god. And this series will
Too
die
expensive.
to like 2022 or something.
No. It's been scheduled, so yeah. Hopefully we'll find some way to watch it because it's going to be released in IMAX, in museums and IMAX theaters, and I don't know where I'll get to watch it.
The secret ingredient is crime.
No, they don't get pirated. This stuff does not get pirated.
Aww.
I mean,
Sounds like a challenge to me.
if you can find me Waking the T-Rex, the story of Sue, somewhere, I will gladly pay you like with my love. But yes,
I love how you say you will pay me and you just back out with my love. Yeah. As if you were actually concerned I'm gonna do it and you owe me something.
Just thinking how broke he is, just like my love. I'll just say my love.
Okay.
Oh man. So
Okay.
is that all?
Yeah.
That's just
yes,
well.
that's it. So that pretty much concludes this Paleo News roundup. We may be doing more of
For
these
real
later
though?
on.
For
And
real
like
though,
tomorrow,
because
For
we're
real
gonna
though,
start
yeah.
in
important
like
gets
3
out.
days or
Yeah.
something, so
Yeah, like I don't know, like tomorrow, what could they release? Well, there is the new Sauronitholestes paper that we're looking forward to, which describes a nearly complete Sauronitholestes with preserved internal organs and a bone which it choked on.
got them idiots.
I
Yeah,
want to see that.
yes.
never-
So we have
never
that.
heard
That
The
one.
Moran chokes to death on the bone.
I'm just choking on the bone right now. Oh my god. So,
Okay, so you've.
God,
So-
God damn it.
Oh, the
It
people
cost
that are
you
not going to
nothing.
get the reference because the episode isn't out.
It could have cost you nothing, like zero to say that, like to not say that.
Because those two are busy, I'm just gonna say thanks for watching, and we will see you next
No.
time.
We're doing a proper outro. We've cut. I've just put like a 1 minute long bleep noise over what I said.
Oh no! Oh god! No. Oh,
Oh
well.
boy.
Right. Well, here's hoping we don't need to record another one, and we'll be seeing you in the next video next week.
Goodbye.
See ya.
Bye.